Yesterday was a bad day. It wasn't good at all for us. In the first ticket, Newcastle managed to score goals. PSV let us down in that first ticket. Yes, and also we looked at Bayern Munich and Chelsea as well. Things did not go well yesterday, but of course we said winners never quit, and we cannot stop doing this. We shall continue pushing until we get it. So today I come again with 3 tickets. Yes, 3 packages. All of them still split into 3. Yes. So I said it's your choice to go with the both of them, or you can choose to split them. It's your choice. Remember, the results is still you who is going to benefit, or it will affect you as well. So make right decisions and how you're going to put them. So we are starting with Utrecht versus Ghent. It's already actually in Europa League. So currently in the Europa table, Utrecht are sit in the 32nd positions and Ghent sit in the 16th position. And if you're to look at their performance in their I beg your pardon, in the leagues, of course, you find that Utrecht sits in the 10th position and Ghent sit in the 6th position. So look at the 5 matches. Of course, Utrecht lost 3 games in the last 5 matches, won 1, drew 1, which is quite bad basing on their performance. Then Ghent also drew 2, actually with 3 losses in the last 5 matches. So this game, it's like average teams are meeting. And this average team, once they're meeting, it's unpredictable who is going to be the leader here. Now, for us to be safe in these 2 matches, because anything can happen, let us go with over 1.5. Yes, over 1.5 is safe here because both teams can manage to score 1-1, or one team can choose to score 2 goals. So for us to be safe, let's go with over 1.5. Salzburg versus FC Basel is a second game for this ticket. And of course, looking at the table, Salzburg sits in the 31st position and Basel sits on the 26th position. Now, if you also to look at their performance in their own league, currently Salzburg is doing very well, sits in the 1st position, and of course FC Basel, for them, of course, you find that it's struggling. It's not like the other team, because in the last 5 matches, actually they managed to pick only 2 wins and 2 draws, and actually 3 draws rather. So it's actually not that very good. But all in all, when it comes to this is Europa, you can't determine people's performance on their league and this one. This is a selected group. So it's very difficult to say, since Salzburg is number 1 in that league, is going to win. No. Here still, we're going to say that we're going with over 1.5. Still in this first ticket. Then the second, of course, third game in this very ticket. This is a ticket of only over 1.5. Remember, Bologna versus Celtic. So Bologna sits in the 8th positions, that is in their league, and Celtic 2nd position in their own league, that is in Scotland league. Then in the last 5 matches, of course, they won 1, lost 3, and draw 1. That is Bologna performance. And then Celtic won 3, lost 2, but still they're in the 2nd position in their league. But basing on their performance, of course, in this Europa, Bologna sits in the 13th positions and Celtic sits 24th positions, which is kind of quite far. But they're doing very well in their teams, in their leagues. So still all in all, let us just go with this first ticket over 1.5. That is the first ticket. Utrecht versus Ghent, Salzburg versus FC Basel, and then Bologna versus Celtic. This is only for over 1.5. Now, the next ticket The second package for the day is Sporting Braga versus Nottingham Forest. Yeah, so look at these two teams. These are all teams that are doing well. Portugal team versus English team. And of course, if you look at the performance still, the last Sporting Braga in the last five matches, they only managed to pick 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. And Nottingham Forest has been suffering with 3 losses and 1 win and 1 draw. Yes, although in this Conference League, they're sitting in the 11th position, but in Premier League, they're sitting on the 17th position, which is quite alarming for them, almost in the red zone, relegation zone. But when it comes to this game, I say it is unpredictable. We saw what happened yesterday. Yeah. So Sporting Braga sits, of course, in the 5th positions in their league with FC Porto, but here also sits in the 7th position, doing quite well. But this is the game that you meet different opponents. So in this game, we shall only go with both teams to score. Sporting Braga and Nottingham Forest, we're going with both teams to score here. Another one is Feyenoord versus Stam Graz. Feyenoord in this Netherlands league is actually right now is sitting in the 2nd position, doing quite well. But in this very league, it's not doing well. Sits on the 30th position. And in the last 5 matches, they lost 3, draw 2. There's no win in the last 5 games. So, which is also not easy. And then Stamp Brother, of course, also managed to pick 1 win and lost 2, draw 2. And they sit in the 3rd position in their own league. But in this league, they're sitting on 29th. So it's like my immediate neighbor. So what do I expect from these two teams? So what can be said for us to play here is both teams to score. This is a ticket for both teams to score. Yeah, so this game, I'm going with both teams to score. Then the last of these very tickets, the second one is AS Roma versus Stuttgart. That is in Bundesliga versus Italian team. So Roma is actually doing quite well. It sits in the 4th positions in the league. Then Stuttgart also sit on the 4th position. So all these teams are in 4th positions in the team. And of course, as Roma in this league, of course, it's in the 10th positions, and Stuttgart sits in the 9th position still. So it's a follower head-to-head, of course, 9th and 10th, and these two teams are going to meet, which is quite not easy, but all in all, it can actually they can actually all score goals. So that is why I said AS Roma, let it be in this category. So both teams have got upper end of scoring goals. So we're going with goal, both teams to score. So 3 games, Sporting Braga versus Nottingham Forest, goal. Feyenoord versus Stuttgart Graz, goal. Roma versus Stuttgart, goal. So that is the second package. Now, the last package that we are going with, the straight win. Today is a different style of playing. Straight win. We are going with the straight win. It's Young Boys versus Lyon. We all know that Lyon is doing quite well. Sit in the 4th position in French League. But, of course, in this actually very competition, they're sitting on top of the table. And if you are to assess Lyon last 5 games, they won all. They just have 5 wins. But go to the side of Young Boys in the leagues, sits in 6th position, but in this very competition, they sit in the 21st position. And in the last 5 games, they lost all the matches. There's no win in the last 5 games. So here, we are going with Lyon to take all the 3 points. Straight win for Lyon. The second game in this very straightforward ticket is Viktoria Plzen versus FC Porto. We all know that FC Porto is doing very well and sits in a first position in their league. And in the last 5 games, they won all 5 matches. Viktoria Plzen as well sits in the 4th position in their own league. And of course, in these very competitions, they sit on the 14th position, but FC Porto sits on the 8th position. But if you to look at Viktoria Plzen in the last 5 games, they managed to pick 3 wins, lost 1 and draw 1, which is quite not bad for the team. But in this very game, we can only trust FC Porto based on their performance and the stats they have, the players. We shall go with a straight win for FC Porto away team. Now, the last game of the day is here, Fenerbahce versus Aston Villa. Now, this is what we say Turkish versus England. And we know yesterday what happened, Galatasaray versus Atletico Madrid. The match ended a 1-1 draw. And today, let's look at Fenerbahce in the last 5 games. They won 4, lost only 1. And Aston Villa managed only to pick 2 wins and 2 losses and 1 draw in the last 5 games. It's a tricky game, very tricky game. But in my own positions, I'll give Aston Villa to take all the 3 points. Basically, I know Aston Villa prove sometimes to be very stubborn, and in this very own league, they sit in the 3rd position. And of course, with this actually very Fenerbahce sits in the 12th position. But Fenerbahce in their own league, they're in the 2nd position. Yeah, so this game on my own, I said I'm going with a straight win for Aston Villa. So these are my predictions for today. I said you're free to choose whether to take all the tickets or to choose and go with one, or out of all this you say no, let me mix mine. It's all your choice, because your decisions and your opinion always matter. This is my take. I cannot say it's 100% perfect. Things do happen. You saw what happened yesterday, but we just risk, and that is why it's called predictions, because you can say it will rain today and unfortunately don't rain. So that doesn't mean that you really know what actually you can tell exactly things. So it's just a probability. It may or may not. So we need to expect that. But all in all, these are my predictions for today. Play safe and just know that winners never quit. We always remain in this, and let's continue. Go and add on others on TikTok. You're free to add on, and I wish you the best.